today in class 11 biology, we will start with the plant kingdom. We already know that there are system classification proposed by Whitaker, such as the 5 kingdom classification, that is Monera, Protista, Fungi, Animalia and Plantae. And in this chapter here we will discuss about the classification of kingdom Plantae, popularly known as plant kingdom. Here we will see the plant kingdom has changed over time, and that fungi, members of Monera, Protista, having a cell wall and have now been excluded from Plantae, that is earlier classification, put them in the same kingdom. So now let us look on to the this chapter. Here we will discuss about the in this here actually discuss algae, bryophyte, pteridophyte and gymnosperm and angiosperm. So today we will start with the mainly algae. So first, superficial morphological characteristics and their habit, color and number, shape of leaves, like that way. So endoecium structure, such system given by Linnaeus, and different system also they are artificial, that is separated closely related species, since they were based on the few characteristics. The acceptable, since we are on that often vegetative character, more easily affected by the environment. And as against natural system of classification, if we see that consider not only the external feature but also internal feature also, the ultrastructure, anatomy, embryology and phytochemistry also, such classification of flowering plants given by Bentham and Hooker. So at present phylogenetic classification system, if we based on the evolutionary relationship and also organism acceptable, also these become more important. So when now easily carried out using computer based data observable, that is numerical taxonomy proposed by each of the character, and also same time 100 of characters can be considered. So cytotaxonomy, that is based on the cytological information like chromosome number, structure, behavior. It is chemotaxonomy also. So here we will see also the structure of algae. Algae is a chlorophyll bearing simple structure, that is if we see the characteristics of algae. First we will start with the character that algae are usually aquatic in nature, that mainly aquatic habitat. Actually if we see that either freshwater or marine, or some are with few algae occur with moist terrestrial habitat like tree trunk, wet roots, moist soil. Plant body of thallus, that is differentiated, not differentiated into root, stem and leaves. Maybe unicellular, colonial and filamentous. Vascular tissue are absent, being aquatic. Water conduction is not required. The mechanical tissue is absent. Nutrition is photosynthetic type. Vegetative and asexual mode of reproduction. Sexual reproduction is absent in blue-green algae. And embryo stage absent. Life cycle, if we see, haplobiontic, diplobiontic and diplohaplobiontic type. Mainly if we see here, starts with the green algae, mostly freshwater sub-aerial algae. Unicellular species abundant. Thylakoids are stacked in group 2 to 20. Chlorophyll more or less A and B type. Fucoxanthin is absent. Phycobilin absent. Reserve food is starch. Flagella 2 to 8 apical and equal. Cell wall is of cellulose. So these are the characters of chlorophycean member. Some green algae, if we see that Chlamydomonas, Volvox, Eulothrix, these are the different examples of green algae. Spirogyra, Cara is also there. If we see their sexually or asexual reproduction, that mainly storage body called the pyrenoid, and both asexual reproduction takes place by mitospore and meiospore. That is also asexual by zoospore, aplanospore, hypnospore, akinete and autospores. And isogamy, in case of sexual reproduction, isogamy, both morphologically similar gametes fused together. Anisogamy is also there. Gametes are structurally similar but differ in the size and behavior. And also in case of oogamy, the large non-flagellated female gamete and called the egg and oospore, and the male gamete, that is antherozoid mainly. These are the main way by which they can reproduce. Now move on to the another algae, that is called the brown algae. There is mainly Laminaria, Dictyota. These are the different example. Fucus, Sargassum, Ectocarpus. These are the examples. If we see their characteristics, if we see in case of brown algae, are comprises 200 species, 2000 species. Majority of brown algae are marine. Generally, they are tidal and subtidal region. Unicellular form are absent. Body consists of branch filamentous structure. Brown algae includes the largest algae group, that is called kelp. That is mainly macrocystis, necrocystis. The plant body often differentiated into holdfast type and lamina. Lamina may be simple, divided, despite of the size, complexity of form. The large forms often possess air vesicles. Cell wall contains cellulose, non-glucagon, saccharides, and phycocolloid. Phycocolloid brown algae. If we see common alginic acid, fucodine, and fusin, these are the different substances found in case of brown algae. In case of sexual reproduction, that is isogamy, anisogamy, oogamy type. In case of asexual reproduction, both motile and non-motile spores are there. That is a neutral spore, tetraspore, monospore are there. Zoospore, biflagellate. That is heterocan flagellate. Whip smooth flagellum is there. A larger tinsel type also found. So these are the different characteristics of brown algae. Now if we move on to the red algae like Gelidium, Porphyra, Batrachospermum, Polysiphonia, these are the examples. And if we see here that in case of Rhodophyta, characteristics like 5,000 living species, more or less few are freshwater, mostly are marine in nature. Red algae with exception Harvella, that is which is colorless and parasitic in nature. Motile and flagellate life cycle is absent. Plant body varies from unicellular to filamentous, pseudoparenchymatous, or parenchymatous. In case of example, Porphyridium, Spermothanamine, and also Asterocystis, and also Porphyra. Chondrus also ribbon type. Cell wall is mainly of phycocolloid, agar, carrageenan, fuconi, funodi. The photosynthetic organelle called the chromatophores are there. Photosynthetic pigment, phycobilins, phycoerythrin, and phycocyanin. These are the different pigments are there. Lisa food is Freudian starch. Sexual asexual reproduction by neutral spore, monospore, tetraspore, and carpospore. Gamete also. Sexual reproduction Ugamas type. That is Spermatium. That is the non-flagellate male gamete. And the female sex organ flax-like, that is Carpogonium. Carpogonium possesses trichogyne. By this way, actually, the female sex organ attached to the plant and forms new structure, carposporophyte. Multicellular forms of alternation of generation or haploid and diploid generation are also found. So today up to that, next we will start with another topic.